In this video, I'll show you how to attach your weaving onto a stick. And so depending on the size of your piece, you might decide to use different size sticks. So this is a fairly small piece, maybe 3 to 4 inches in width. So something like a rod like this might be too big, but that's something you can decide to use for a bigger project. You can even find a stick outside, use a bit of nature in your project. But for now, I'm going to use a popsicle stick. This is a clear rod, fairly tiny in diameter, but it's the perfect size for this piece. So to finish off your piece, all you'll need is your stick, your finished weaving, and a tapestry or craft needle, and scissors. So again, I like to work backwards and upside down for this part. It just makes it a little bit easier. So you have your cord pairs here. I like to split them up, the front and the back yarns, and they kind of naturally go front and back. So like for example, this one looks like more of a back yarn. Then you'll take your stick and place it in the center. I like to start tying with the centermost cords. So this one has 5 pairs. I'm going to start with this third one and make sure I get the right pair and just tie a double knot and make sure that your stick stays center. I like to work on the back because I don't want the knots to show, so I tie the knot as close as possible to the back and kind of really close to your weaving. So there's one knot, and then here's a second to secure it. And once you have your center, you can then tie the rest. After I finish tying everything, you can decide if you want to finish off your weaving by just cutting off the strings and having them loose in the back, or you can do what we did to finish the weaving by tucking in and sewing each of these strings into the weaving, and that creates a more finished look. That one's tied already, so we'll tie this one. So again, you'll use your tapestry needle, you'll take each one of these strings, sew it through the back, and again I'll show you how to do that. Just through 2 or 3 of the weft stitches, just like that. And once you put all of them in, you can just snip the excess. You can also decide just to do the ends, tuck those in, because these are the ones that kind of stick out. Whereas the middle ones, not so much. You can just trim those and they won't really show in the front. Here is an example of one where I didn't sew them into the back. So it's a little bit messy, but when I look at the front, it kind of adds a little bit of something there. It doesn't bother me too much for this project because it's the same color. So it's up to you really how you want to finish your piece. And that's how you add a stick. The only thing left to do is to tie on a piece of rope or yarn so that you can hang your piece.